This is the 2025 Volkswagen Golf GTI. GTI means it's a blend of performance and practicality, and there's a lot of changes for 2025 that are pretty impressive. For 2025, there is an updated design, new paint colors, and a new wheel for the Autobahn trim package. This is the SE that we are testing today, and they all deliver enhanced styling. There are 3 trims available on the Golf GTI. There is an S, an SE, and the Autobahn. If you want more performance, you jump up to the Golf R, which is a blast to drive. It is all-wheel drive, and it has a lot more power. The GTI is a nice blend of style, sporty proportions, and this is a performance-focused vehicle that has revised headlights and bumper designs, as well as the optional illumination for that Volkswagen logo that is right in the front grille. The revised headlights are LED as well as the taillights, and I really like that red stripe across the front, showing that you have the sportier trim level. Our test vehicle is the SE and rides on 18-inch alloy tires with Goodyear all-season tires. I really like the red brakes. It ties in the red stripe on the front and the rear, and that GTI logo, that's red as well. Under the hood of the Golf GTI is a turbocharged 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine with 241 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. Backed by a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, there is no manual option available, sadly. Fuel economy, 27 miles to the gallon combined. It is available as front-wheel drive. If you want all-wheel drive, you have to jump up to that Golf R. 0 to 60 time is 5.5 seconds. This sporty GTI has black details around the windows, privacy glass in the second row, and a big glass roof. Warranty is 3 years, 36,000 miles, but does include complimentary maintenance for 2 years. Across the back, you have this upper sporty wing with an integrated brake light. The wiper blade is down low, and everyone knows I'm going to say it should be tucked up underneath to protect the blade because they are expensive. New taillights, LED, that Volkswagen logo that when you put on your backup camera, it opens up to show you what's going on behind you. Nicely hidden. I give them credit for that. GTI logo here, nice and clean across the back, and chrome tip exhausts. Very nice. Now, while we're back here, let's look at cargo space. Push that Volkswagen logo and you have 20 cubic feet of storage. Fold down that second row and you're at 35 cubic feet of storage, which is quite a bit. And the competitors are right in that sweet spot as well. One nice feature that many of the competitors don't have is a spare tire. And this has a nice way to hold up the cover, and underneath is a mini spare, but it's better than having a tire inflation product. One of the big things for 2025 is this gigantic 12.9-inch center screen. This is a huge improvement. Digital gauge cluster in front of you as well. This has your phone connectivity, your audio system, which is Harman Kardon, which is really nice audio system. Of course, you can go in and set that up however you want. In addition, you get navigation, your vehicle settings. Now, this is the same as the Volkswagen brand has across the lineup. It allows you to adjust things like start-stop technology, which is going away permanently thanks to Lee Zeldin and the EPA, but still is on a lot of cars. If you want to use it, you should use it. Other things to look at, you've got your data, and of course you can do all that. And then the vehicle itself, you can adjust things you want. And in this case, this has, isn't that cute? I love it. You can turn it around and you can adjust the things that you like. And on the interior, you can look at the cockpit, for example, and you can set the settings that you want, or your interior lighting where there are 30 ambient lighting colors. So you can set it up however you would like. In addition to that, let's go back to this main screen. You've got your parking. When you press the parking, it'll give you the little Volkswagen logo that pulls out. So that's where it hides the rear camera, which I think is super smart. And you can adjust that as well. The other important thing that a lot of people want to adjust personally, and this is a huge personalization, is your driver assistance systems. So one of the things that a lot of the brands are doing is they're showing you what this is. So for lane keeping assist, you can set it up however you'd like. Do you want a steering wheel vibration? No, I do not want that. Speed warning, automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, the lane change assist is here as well. I don't need some of this, but we'll leave it on because it's good to test it that way. Also, you can do it via image view if you want. A lot of people, this is forward collision warning. This is traffic sign recognition, which I actually like. I think it's really great. This is blind spot detection. So all of this gives you the settings, whether you want to see it visually or you want to see it in a list. Again, really great. Excellent. Settings here, Again, you can set up your personal settings, driving modes. This is the fun mode. You've got eco for fuel economy, comfort, which you'll typically drive in, sport mode, which is one of my favorites because you get the sportiness and the practicality, like I keep saying, but you can also customize it. Pick your drive mode for what you want. So you got sport, comfort, eco, whatever works for you. I'm going to drive it in sport. I have been driving it in comfort all week, but it's time for a change. Your ambient lighting. 30 types of ambient lighting. Pick what you like. Oh, goodness. Let's just do blue because it's cool. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool stuff. And so you can also customize it. What do you want? They'll make it happen. So I think that's cool. Or you can do automatic, which will change with the drive modes and your moods, which I find amusing. Customize it any way you want. Oh, I'm a purple fan, so let's just go to a darker purple. I'm more of an eggplant color. So color 1, color 2. Let's do like orange, since I'm wearing orange today. Let's do like an orange and a purple. Why not? We can always change it. That's the cool thing. Going to your second page, you got your sound. This is for your personal assistants. And then of course, tips, climate control, and setting up your Wi-Fi. You can also shut off the auto off right there. I want it off. Can't stand it. But this allows you to make your adjustments for whatever it is that you want to see. Heated 3-stage seating. Your climate control is right here. Everything is easy to use. And if you want to adjust the climate, you can adjust it here. It's tapping, or you can slide your finger. Same thing with the volume. This is very VW. A lot of this came from the ID4. So if you're looking for an electric SUV, they have that as well. Materials, really cool material. It's plasticky, and this is nice and soft actually. They did a nice job with that. So some hard plastic, but that's to be expected. To access your driver assistance features, you can also get them right here. Climate control, your menu, and your drive modes are all right here as well. So easy access if you're listening to something on the radio and you don't want to change from what you're looking at or navigation, you can access these controls here easily. Within that, you have all the vents for your climate control, wireless charging, as well as 2 USB-C charge ports. There's 2 behind the center console, 2 right here as well. Start stop is now located on the button above the shifter. The shifter is just a little teeny stubby. So you got the parking brake behind that, your reverse neutral. There's reverse, you can see the camera. There's your drive, parking right there. So if you put it into drive, it'll change the mode. And then further back, your parking brake. And then you can hear that little camera going back. I think ours is a little squeaky. To the right, you can put the key if you wish, which is nothing special, just your standard key fob with the Volkswagen logo on it. You can put that there if you want, or your sunglasses or whatever. Cup holder is kind of nice because it'll tuck back in. So if you just want to use it for open area, put whatever it is, your wallet or whatever, or you want to put a drink there, you can. Plus huge storage in the door. That's really nice. There is no center console storage. It just slides forward and back. That's it. That's all you get because that's how it is. Now, the one thing I'd like to see change is if you use a radar detector. I actually do. I use an Escort, sometimes I use a Valentine, I test them back and forth. The outlet for that, the 12-volt outlet is right down here. There are companies that sell outlets to add USB-C charge ports if you need them, but there is also an adapter you can buy on Amazon that attaches your USB-C connection to a regular 12-volt outlet so you can plug it at whatever it is you want there. Seats, super comfortable. I mean, I don't care what material they are. I personally prefer leather, but these seats are really, really comfortable. One of the things about these seats is their manual in the SE trim level and the base S trim level. Step up to the Autobahn and you're going to get power seats. So if that's like a gotta do power, I'm not going to accept anything less, then you want to look at the Autobahn edition. It's important to note that once you set your driver's seat, how often are you changing it? I usually set once and maybe a slight adjustment for a road trip or something, but that's it. So keep that in mind before you think you must have power seats. How often are you changing? Unless you got a different driver every time, it really doesn't make a lot of difference. All right. In front of you, you have your regular gauges. They're digital. You can put different information in front. Same as always. Cruise control volume here. Your adjustments, including your heated steering wheel, are on the right. Nice, grippy steering wheel. Flat bottom, GTI logo right here. On the left, for your lights are up on the dash. Paddle shifters if you're going to have a little fun, and then your regular stalks for turn signals and wipers. Everything is pretty simple to use here, but the big upgrade, the first thing you notice is seating comfort, large center screen, upgraded software so it moves really fast. All of these systems integrate with the Volkswagen IQ Drive, which is their safety systems, and we showed you that. Now we're going to take it for a test drive. I should note this vehicle has a full tank, and it says it's good for 465 miles. That's a lot of distance that you don't get in an electric vehicle, but you do get on a fuel-efficient, fun car like the Golf GTI. The moment you get into this vehicle and you start it up and you start driving it, you hear this nice sounding exhaust. This is a little fun vehicle. I call them pocket rockets. That's what we used to call them back in the day. But I'll tell you, the moment you get in this vehicle, you realize you're driving a pocket rocket, which is why I think it should be a manual transmission. Not necessary. I know you can use the paddle shifters. I know it shifts faster, but that's part of the experience of owning a vehicle like this, which is why vehicles like the Hyundai Elantra N and the Civic Type R do so well. And we'll talk about that full competition list in just a second. I just want to give you an idea for the feel of driving this car. First, seats are really comfortable. Visibility is fantastic. Huge piece of glass. You can see out the back. The sills are the right height. You can put your arm out the window if you want. I hate when the window sills are up so high that you almost feel like you're uncomfortable. All of that are just simple things that you live with every day. And there are some brands that are very difficult to drive every day because you just feel like you're in a capsule. In this case, big pieces of glass, very helpful, including that gigantic glass roof. All right, we're out of light. Let's see what she does. Nice. Not a lot of torque steer either. Gets right up to 60 like that. I mean, this vehicle is fun. I could drive this every day, year round. Of course, up here in Buffalo, I put snow tires on because I put them on every vehicle I have because it's the smartest way to go. But right now you can put a summer tire on and really enjoy those sticky tires. Take it to an autocross course. If you have never done that, that's driving around pylons, fastest time wins. SCCA, which is a Sports Car Club of America, does a lot of events, or you can go to events like NASA, put this on the track, and really get to experience the capability of these cars. In that case, you might want to go with a Golf R because that's going to be the most fun. But you don't necessarily have to go to the big performance. You can have fun with any of these Golfs because they're just so much fun to drive. Brakes are really nice and firm. But then again, Volkswagen has always made a well-balanced car. No matter whether you're buying an Atlas, their full-size SUV, or you're buying a Golf, all their vehicles have always been balanced for performance. And that's really important because you never want to have too little brakes and too much go. So I always say too much whoa power. You still need a whoa power. Inside the Golf GTI, it seats 5 people. I really like the GTI stitching. Soft cloth materials, very nice manual seating. But that's to be expected in this price point. But I do love the side bolsters. It keeps you in the seats, both upper and lower. The red details on the side all tie in with the red details on the exterior. Heading into the second row, there's some creative use of space. Many of us carry a phone. So this has 2 little pockets on the upper back of the seats, which you can put your phone in, or cords or cables or a snack bar or whatever you want to put there. Great for kids. Below that you have pockets, and this is on both sides. Just some creative use of space. Some vents back here and 2 USB-C charge ports. Pull down the center armrest of this 60/40 split rear seat, and you've got 2 cup holders and a little area in the middle for whatever it is that you want. Seats are very comfortable. Love that they continued this red striping, not just the stitching, but also the striping from the exterior to the interior, because a lot of cars look great on the outside, but blah on the inside. And this is where they've really redesigned the whole interior to make it modern and more sporty. When it comes to handling, you can really feel the connectivity to the road. This is a small car that's got good performance and excellent balance. So what you're going to notice right away is controllability, especially in the sport mode. You're going to feel that connection that you don't get with every car. A lot of the competitors, of course, you do, because these vehicles are designed to be more sporty or more spirited driving, as they call it. And that's a really important factor. So that's why I always say you got to drive all the competitors, because you never know which one's going to just fit you like a glove. And I think that's one of the things you have to do, is drive them all. And this is one of the ones you definitely need to drive. I think when you own a vehicle like this, you want to seek out curvy roads, just so you can experience the handling capabilities of this car. It's not a race car. It's not a super sports car. It's a fun car to drive every single day. And once you experience this, you can see why people love these pocket rockets and why these compact sports cars are really fun to drive. Okay, let's try the turning radius test. All the way to lock. Ooh, it just clears. Tight turning radius, which makes it easier to find parking spots. One of the things about this vehicle is I want to keep seeking out curvy roads just because this car is fun to drive. All right, let's go through my pros and cons, and of course the competitor list, and talk about the most important factor, the price. There are some pros and cons when it comes to the 2025 Volkswagen Golf GTI. On the positive side, I love driving this car. It is fun. It is zippy. You can take it to an autocross course and you can take it to college. You can go to the grocery store. Literally, this vehicle is extremely practical and it has enough power to still be a fun car that gets pretty good fuel economy. In addition, I love the new updates with the bigger screen. Makes this vehicle fit right in with the competitors. Again, you need to drive all of them. We'll talk about that in just a second. On the negative side, the only thing that bothers me is there's no longer a manual transmission. And when I got in the vehicle, I naturally went with that left foot looking for a clutch because these vehicles need to have a manual transmission. I know a lot of people have gone to automatics, but honestly, it needs to be an option, even if it's a low take rate. So let's talk about the competitors, which many of them do come with manual transmissions, so it depends what you want. The competitor list is the Honda Civic Si, the Honda Civic Type R, which I really love, and we reviewed these all on our channel. The Toyota GR Corolla, the Hyundai Elantra N, which is a blast and a good value as well, and its competitor to this is the Volkswagen Golf R. So they're kind of competitors, but they're kind of not because that price point changes. Now let's talk about the price. The range on the Golf goes from $33,670 all the way up to $42,100. The base model, which is the S, starts at $33,670. The SE, which is our test vehicle, $38,645, and the Autobahn, the top trim level, at $42,100. These vehicles are really a lot of fun to drive. Volkswagen has always made very reliable vehicles, and this Golf is no exception. People that own them love them. There's a huge following, and you can do so much with these vehicles because they have performance and versatility, and there's aftermarket components as well. I highly suggest you drive all the competitors. They each have slightly different personalities, and you got to find the one that fits you right. And then check with your insurance agent because that's going to be a difference as well. The longer warranty is really great for Volkswagen, but when you compare it to the Hyundai, it has the longest warranty in the market. So it's important that you do all your homework. If you have any additional questions about the 2025 Volkswagen Golf GTI, put them down in the comments below. If you own one, we'd love to hear your experience. If you got value from this video, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is down below in the description, as well as more information on the car and ways to find me on social media. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.